look at what I found. Whenever I find one of these perfectly white beard hairs, I think, Ray, one of these days, all your pubes are gonna look like this. Look how perfectly white that shit is. There's no in-between colors. There's no going gray. It's like perfectly white or the color of the inside of a Butterfinger. Thing is, this thing right here, it's not indestructible, but if you were to try to break it or cut it, you'd find that it was a little more difficult than a regular hair. I've probably saved hundreds of dollars by not shaving, because even a Mach 3 or one of these 5-bladed razors, just the surface of it gets pitted when I shave, because my hair has much greater ontological density than the blade of the razor. Now, since I am wielding the razor, and I have high ontological density myself, adding a little clout to what the razor can do, it still will not last as long as a razor that like a normal person is using. So it's nice that I'm saving some money. Look at that thing. Just try to put this between your fingers and break it. I bet you couldn't. Oh, God, went down the wrong pipe. God damn it. So by the way, I'm not hanging out by this transformer because I have to. I've absorbed all the conceptual energy I need to. But, I don't know, man, it's just a fucking habit at this point. I like going outside before going into this cave for 8 hours, you know how it is. So I'm just trying to figure out how it is that having two different color schemes for my vision makes me more insightful. You know, because it's like, I don't get that. I know it's true, but so I'm like, maybe the reason I see things in such black and white terms is because literally the only two colors that are consistent across my eyes are black and white. All the other colors are different. Move from one eye to the other. No, that can't be it. Is it because how people see the colors of the world literally colors their perspective? I don't, it's like, it's one of these things like, if I don't understand it, what are the odds you're gonna understand it? No offense. I'm God. If I don't get something, your chances of getting it pretty slim. Actually, most personal grooming items get worn out a little early with me. Like, my sister always used to comment on my toothbrush and how after having it for just like a month, it would basically look destroyed. Or, like, you've seen my comb, it's bent as fuck. It was like just trying to get it through this hair. Because these are low ontology objects trying to exert force upon a high ontology object. And so it just kind of crumples a little. I've also mentioned that, like, if somebody runs into me and I don't see it coming, they just kind of bounce off of me like a bowling pin, even if they're larger than I am, and it's super hilarious. Now, if I see them coming, then, like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like, if I see them coming, then I can react normally like a normal physical object. But if I'm not aware of it, it just bounces off of me. So I wouldn't recommend trying to punch me. But if you absolutely have to punch me, get my attention and make sure that I see it first, or you're probably going to break your fist. Anyway, in case you're wondering why I'm susceptible to viruses, but not bacteria so much, it's actually pretty easy to understand. Once a virus gets into my cells and uses my cellular machinery to make copies of itself, then those copies of virus, because they were made by my cellular machinery, have the same ontology as me. Well, not the same ontology, the same ontological density as me, and therefore are as infectious to me as any virus would be to any person. The only protection from viruses is it's hard for a virus to infect my cells to begin with, but once it makes any copies with my cellular machinery, then I'm susceptible to those. And so, like, I'm not all that prone to getting sick, but my roommate is this old alcoholic with a weak fucking immune system who's always blowing his goddamn nose. So basically, he's like a breeder reactor for virus that disperses it into my environment at such concentrations that it effectively nullifies my only advantage. Just how it goes when you're the Lord. Ah, fuck, I guess I better go to work. At least it's Friday, right?